Hi everyone, and welcome to Nap Chat. This is a podcast where we will talk all things sleep, especially for teens. I'm Heather Hanna, your host, and today we'll be diving into something most of us don't get enough of, sleep. During this episode, we are going to cover how poor sleep is impacting your health and your mood, and what we can actually do about it. So if you've ever stayed up too late scrolling, studying, or just stressing, this one's for you. Let's start with why sleep matters. Well, according to a 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, which cites the CDC, nearly 3 out of 4, which is about 75% of high school students aren't getting enough sleep. That's crazy to think about because poor sleep doesn't just mean you feel groggy in the morning. Poor sleep is actually linked to some real serious health risks. We're going to dive into a few of them, but first, it's really important to realize that sleep is a time when your body heals, your brain matures, and your emotions reset. Your brain needs time to rest, just like the rest of your body. For teenagers who are still growing and developing, this is especially crucial. A 2023 study from the Journal of Family Medicine and Primary Care states that teens need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night. But instead of getting that, most teens are dealing with screen time late at night, irregular sleep schedules, and busy schedules that take away from their brain having the time it needs to rest. So let's break it down. What's really happening when we don't sleep enough? First, let's talk physical health. Did you know that teens who sleep less are more likely to struggle with weight gain? A 2013 long-term study in the Journal of the American Academy of Pediatrics found that teens with shorter sleep durations had higher BMIs and a greater risk for obesity. Insufficient sleep actually disrupts our hormonal regulation, especially hormones that are related to hunger. This causes increased appetite and poor dietary choices that unfortunately lead to weight gain. Another study published in the National Library of Medicine in 2021 showed a link between poor sleep and risk factors for type 2 diabetes, including insulin resistance. These are lifelong conditions, and they're starting early, all because of poor sleep health. Now let's dive into mental health a bit, a topic that we all care so much about. Poor sleep has been linked to higher rates of depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts in teens. That's something to pay attention to. Another NIH study with over 1,300 students found that sleep deprivation was strongly associated with suicidal behaviors. Even though depression, anxiety, and suicide are all really hard topics and sometimes uncomfortable to talk about, it's so important to be aware of what some of their risk factors are. Poor sleep is definitely one of them, and one that is not talked about enough. Sleep isn't just rest, it's literally keeping our minds healthy and protecting our emotional well-being. And here's something that really stood out to me. Sleep also impacts how we see ourselves. An NIH study published in 2018 found that teens with poor sleep were more likely to feel dissatisfied with their bodies. That matters because body image is a huge part of teen mental health. If we are able to improve sleep health, we may also help in promoting positive body image in teens. So you may ask, what's causing all this? What's getting in the way of getting good sleep? Well, a big factor: screens. Phones, tablets, laptops, especially before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps us feel sleepy. And it's not just a theory. A study published in Sleep Research Society and another 2019 NIH study that investigates screen time and sleep health shows that screen time in dark rooms makes sleep even worse. But it's not just tech that's getting in the way. Even academic pressures, extracurricular stress, all of it keeps teens up at night. Many even try to catch up on weekends, but a 2022 study published in the Royal Society for Public Health says that catch-up sleep doesn't fully fix the damage done during the week. While catch-up sleep may help recover some aspects of sleep, it does not fully compensate for the insufficient sleep already had throughout the week. Instead, it's best to focus on consistent, adequate sleep throughout the week. I'll be honest, I've been there myself, struggling to work on a good sleep schedule. Back in high school, I'd tell myself I was going to bed early, but then I'd start watching just one more video or finishing just a few more questions for that exam the next day instead of managing my time better. Suddenly, it's 1:30 in the morning and I've got an alarm set for 6:30. The next day, I remember feeling exhausted and barely able to focus for my exam. At the time, I didn't realize what I was doing to my body. I thought being tired was just a normal part of being a student, that everyone must have felt that way. But over time, I noticed my mood dropping, I was more irritable, and my grades started even slipping in classes that I usually enjoyed. What was going on? That's when I started actually reading about how sleep affects your brain, and I realized I wasn't giving my brain the time it needed to rest. I share this with you all because I think a lot of teens are in this same cycle. It feels normal until you realize how much better you feel once you start getting the right amount of sleep. So what can we do to help improve our sleep? Here's the good news. There are things we can do, and it all starts with a concept called sleep hygiene. That just means the habits that help you sleep well. A 2011 study published in the Journal of School Nursing says that sleep hygiene includes things like going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, avoiding naps, and staying off your phone before bed. Establishing a regular sleep-wake time is especially important for adolescents and teens. Working on improving your sleep isn't just on you, though. It's actually a group effort. A 2024 study published in Behavioral Therapy Journal showed that when parents actually talk to their teens about sleep, it helps improve habits. Parents have a role in educating their children about sleep health, and there's a big impact they can have on their children when communicating in an effective way. Another study published in 2022 in the Health Promotion Journal of Australia found that when teachers are trained to teach sleep health, students are able to benefit as well. So this really just isn't on you. It's about those supporting you, whether they be your parents or teachers or friends, to help you make a sleep schedule that works best for you. According to a journal article published in 2020 by the Sleep Research Society, there's even wearable technology being used to help teens track and improve sleep in real time. Technology is now being used to track sleep patterns and provide feedback to promote healthier sleep habits. Although this research is not complete yet, researchers anticipate that wearable technology could be a new creative solution for helping fix sleep issues. So we're seeing innovation and education working together. So in closing, sleep isn't a luxury. It's a foundation for everything you do, whether that be physical, mental, or emotional. So if you're a teen or a parent or even a teacher listening, start the conversation, set the routine, and prioritize sleep. Here's my challenge for you today. For 1 week, actually try prioritizing your sleep. Pick a bedtime, stick to it, and keep your phone out of your bed for at least 30 minutes before you sleep. You don't have to do it perfectly, but give yourself a real chance to see what changes. And if you're a parent listening, start the conversation with your child. Ask your teen how they've been sleeping. Share what you've learned today with them. Sleep health works best when it's a team effort. We talk a lot about working hard, pushing ourselves, and being productive, and that's all important things in the world we live in today. But here's the truth. You can't perform at your best without rest. Sleep isn't stealing time from your day. It's actually giving you the energy to live it in the best way possible. Thanks for listening to Nap Chat today. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend or a parent. For links to all the studies mentioned today, check out the show notes. Until next time, everyone, stay rested and thanks for listening.